Alright, so I just really want to quickly go through my kayak setup. As you probably already know, this is a Stealth Fisha 555, 5.5 meters, and Fisha range obviously would be slightly wider than the Pro Fisha range, and dog going crazy with the Great Dane. I just got a little bit distracted. So yeah, Fisha range is definitely slightly wider than the Pro Fisha range. So if you actually have a look, this part here, can't see really well. So if you look from this side, that little lip is pretty much the difference between the Fisha and the Pro Fishas. The Pro Fishas pretty much drop straight from here and just go straight down, and then it's pretty flat on this side, whereas 555 is stretched out, so it kind of comes outwards, slightly shallower. So Pro Fisha is slightly deeper, so that extra width obviously gives you more stability than the Pro Fishas. Somewhat sacrifices speed obviously versus Pro Fishas, but this specific model being 5.5 meters, it's very long. It still cuts through quite well. Once you get up to speed, the cruising speed is actually quite nice. The first few paddles, obviously it takes a bit more effort to get it start moving if you were to compare to the Pro Fishas, but really if you compare to any other plastic kayaks, this is just a lot faster anyway. On a choppier day, this is definitely super comfortable, still fast enough, but it's super stable. You can fight a big kingfish and you're not going to feel unstable at all, even in a bit of a chop. But yeah, so the Fisha range, it would be from 460, 500, and then it goes to 555. They all represent the length obviously. And then the Pro Fishers go from 475, 525, which is the current one for miles, and then goes to 575. All the features are standard across all the Stealth range. A few differences between the Fisha and the Pro Fisha, but basically they're really very similar. So these two would be the draining oars, that being the actual hull, and that drains the fish hatch. The fish hatch starts from here, goes all the way up till here, just right before the live well. If you have a look, yeah, so it goes all the way in there and then goes back through this way. Now fish hatches are probably about 2 meters long. You can fit any fishing rod, to be honest. So when you come out of the surf, or if you're trying to get back in, if you want to put everything in there, even on the day when I caught my big kingy, I was able to put everything in there. 2 slammers, which are obviously relatively big reels, Slammer 6500, my both reels, plus a few soft bait sets, plus the fish, plus the gaff, plus the tackle box, and then my fish finder. Obviously I took it off and put it into the hatch, and everything was fine, so I just strapped it up, and then yeah, I was good to go. So the fish hatch is really easy to use. When you catch a big fish, unlike the other brands where you have to turn around, this one you can just chuck it in straight away, and no matter how long the fish is, you can just slide it in. When you have the fish, what you can do, so it kind of stays like this, but you can semi-open the hatch by literally hanging or slipping that part underneath the little edge, and then it holds like that. So it's actually not that bad, because I mean you can flip the hatch all the way, but because I've got my fish finder here, or my phone for the Navionics, if I go all the way, and sometimes I'm a bit worried that, you know, this will somehow get dislodged and it just falls into the water or something, even though it's quite unlikely, but something that I just do worry about. So this is what I would do, so that it kind of opens up like this. I've got plenty of room to access my fishing tackles or jigs or whatever, and you can still fit the fish in. You can close it up. These are just like rail plaza starports. So this specific one I use for my camera. So GoPro, when I get the front view shot, I'll probably mount something here, something like this. Would go in, and then obviously the GoPro goes on there, and you can just look to the front. So now I am planning to put another starport right here. It's actually brand new. Just gonna put it right here, so say if I ever need to carry 5 rods, I'm thinking of putting that on there, so I can put like my sabiki rod or something on this rod holder. If it is in a competition, and usually in the summertime, I barely really take anything else other than my jigging rod, so really 2 rod holders is enough. But with comps and stuff, or even in the winter, if I need a lot of stuff, if I want to have everything ready, like soft bait, slow jigs, live baiting, everything, then I would probably use that. Some guys, or some stealth guys, do put a hole through this and then put one of these rod holders through, which is totally fine. But only thing with that, I reckon, is that you can't really open the hatch. Well, you can, but like with it, obviously not with the rod in there. I do keep all my snacks and phone, keys, or I don't know, whatever it is that I quite like to access during fishing. Obviously not keys, but I like to turn around or side saddle and access this dry hatch. So I don't really want to put a roller thing there, because otherwise I can't. I mean, we do have another option to use 4 rod holders and put one of the rod inside the hatch, because obviously you can fit any rod in there, but just a bit of extra work. So that is my next plan, to put that one there and that, and at the same time I can get the rear view for the camera as well. As soon as I put that on here, then I've got more coverage. At the moment I've only got 1 GoPro, so I don't think I'll be using it very soon, but if I do get another GoPro, then there will be another thing that I might do. Foot pedals, very easy, adjustable with bungee. So take it off, adjust it to your height, make sure you can kind of fit nice and snug between the seat and the foot pedal, so that when you push back, you can like literally sit tight to the seat, so that you've got nice pressure and good platform to pedal if you have to pedal quite hard, or if you're on a sprint and trying to get to the wake ups and stuff. Live wall, everyone's doing this. So I actually have my bungee out there, but like as soon as there's bungee, so I generally tend to not let the water in while I'm not using live baiting, because when the water goes in there, sometimes it does move back and forth, and I don't quite enjoy that. I'm not saying it's like it bothers you, but say if I don't have any live baits, then I like it leaving it empty. Sometimes I can use it as a rubbish bin even. But yeah, with obviously when you do have live bait, the water will fill up to the water level. So say if you're quite heavy, then obviously the water will come higher, because your kayak's going to sit lower in the water. If you're a very light person, then it'll be quite shallow. But really, because it goes all the way back, it's actually quite big. You can easily fit like little jack max probably up to like, I don't know, 6, 8. I did try fitting a big kawa in there. It works, but yes, that can be a bit of a mission because some of the kawas are huge. You do have these scuppers, so that one and the other one on the other side will be for the footwell. So when you pedal, the water that gets splashed over, or even like when you're just floating, obviously the water will come up and it will set the water same as water level as well, but that water will get circulated and become clean, so it doesn't drench your foot with like bloods and shits and all that kind of stuff. So it still keeps it nice and fresh. Those are inlets and outlets of the live well, so same. So either when you're drifting or paddling, the water will become replaced quite quickly. If you think if it's getting too crowded in there, and then if it gets a little bit dirty, then I mean, even if you don't paddle, it will still will circulate. But if you do decide to paddle, it becomes super clean straight away. So that's just a separate rudder space. I haven't actually opened this before, but apparently you can open them and change the rudders if you have to. And this is independent to the hull. So say even if, you know, this gets filled up with water or whatever, it's not gonna fill your kayak with water. These handles really sturdy, front and back. Yeah, very sturdy. I don't have any problems with it. Running the ankle trolley mount, whatever it's called. I do rarely use the drogue for to slow the drift, but really, if I don't have to, I'll try to get away with it, just because, you know, it's a bit of a hassle pulling it up and down. You know, if you have to pull it back up and paddle it again, and I just don't really like that. But yeah, I have cut it to the half length, even though I do have the front part as well. I usually hang it here, so I just use the back half and put the drift chute from here outwards, so I just face that way, and then, well, I guess the wind will probably blow from behind me and push me this way, and the drogue will gonna sit this way. But yeah, I rarely use them, to be honest, especially when I'm jigging, and I don't really want a kingy to go around the drogue and make a mess. Because my current Garmin fish finder doesn't have the navionics or the charts, I do use this, and I use my phone. I put my navionics on there, and yeah, that's how I find the structures and reefs and stuff. And that's just for obviously the depth and the fish signs. The power cable goes in here. Some guys put holes through the lid and silicone it, and then, you know, join it there, but I just go like this and then hose in. Yeah, just plug it in and just close it, and it's all fine. Never really had a problem. Yep, so these straps obviously go over to hold it tight. It's going to be very secure. Even with one strap, nothing's really going to come out. If you want to make it really watertight, 2 straps, you make it really tight, then you should be all sweet. Though a lot of the time, because, you know, I can't be really bothered doing the straps all the time, I tend to use that. Some guys have a bungee going through here to there, and then they put it up, basically the same thing, a little button. I got this from Bunnings. I don't even remember how much it was. Anyways, you can get a handful in one packet with that and that, and just put it on, and yeah, it's strong enough. It's not gonna make it super tight, so say if you do flip, some water will come in, but that shouldn't be a problem. We'll still hold everything there. Nothing's really gonna come out. Yeah, I don't think I really missed anything, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, oh well, just one thing. This little pad, when you put your you slide your paddle in here to hold it in place, that's supposed to be protecting the fiberglass getting scratched. Pro fishers have a clear lining, which obviously you know, reveals the true color of the kayak. But on this white kayak, I actually really like this black look, and it feels quite good too. But yeah, either way, should be all fine. I don't have a 575 at the moment, but I actually do have one coming. It was supposed to come this month, but because due to COVID, things got delayed, and it's on its way by January. So that would be my wife's kayak, actually, not mine. But yeah, I guess I'll still be using it on a very flat day if she's not going out. When we do get all the range, oh in fact, yeah, and plus the Miles is actually getting the identical kayak, and it's on its way. It's gonna arrive with well, at the same time as my 575. So yeah, he will be having one of these, plus his 525, plus his 460. Gonna have this along with my 575. So later on, we'll definitely line up all the kayaks and then go through every single one of them. The feature's really the same, it's just the length. Only thing would be, if you have the space to store these kayaks, I'll definitely go with the longer ones, or longest within the range. So if I was to go Fisher, I'll definitely go 555 instead of 500 or 460, purely because of the speed. Stability wise, like longer ones is not gonna have less stability. If anything, it will be more stable, I reckon. But yeah, we'd definitely be faster. So even with pro fishers, I'll definitely go with 575 if you have the space to store them. If your garage is a bit short, or if you're kind of like short in space, then obviously you're just gonna have to accommodate and get the right size. But yeah, definitely bigger, longer the better, I reckon. Anyways, that's about it. Yeah, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Otherwise, thanks guys, cheers.